Hello, we're here today on Isla del Sol in Bolivia, and we're at some ancient Incan ruins, and I thought we could do some drawing here because I thought it was beautiful. Down there's some beach. I'm gonna draw this view, you can draw this view, and if you want, you can send me what you drew. I'm gonna sit at this table, which I wonder whether it was from when this was originally built. This is called the Labyrinth, and it's a it should, I mean, I guess because it feels like a maze to be in it, but I think it's an ancient sacred space for the Aztecs who lived here in the 14 to 1500s. And I just thought it would be a beautiful, special place to draw. I'm gonna put on my hat, so if you can't see my face, that's the reason, because it's sunny. We're at 4,000 feet and 4,000 meters, my bad. And it's very cold in the shade and very, very hot in the sun because we're so close to the sun. So let's get out our drawing books. Now, just a reminder, you don't have to draw what I'm drawing. You can draw whatever you want. But I thought this was just a beautiful, peaceful place for us to do a little bit of drawing together. And so I guess I will wear this silly little hat. It's silly, but it's protecting me. And we can do some drawing. Actually, I guess I'll have my hair down. Protect my neck from being burned. It's very hard to regulate your temperature at this altitude. So join along. And remember, as we always say on this channel, there is no good drawing, there is no bad drawing, there's just getting out here and doing it. This is going to be about a 20-minute exercise because the sun is setting, and so we're limited on time. But we are lucky to get to draw here at all. I'm starting with the mountain in the background. You can start in whatever place of the page you want. There's no right place to start. Life is like that. I wish there was more information on what I'm looking at here, but we're somewhat limited in the information that they provide. So we're just going to have to imagine that this was some kind of something. I mean, I think from what I read, this was some kind of temple, but there's not a lot confirming that. Not a lot of information. So we'll just go with what we imagine. Nearby there's an altar and a sacred rock, and I'll leave the information so you can come here yourself. This area is called Isla del Sol. It's an island in the middle of Lake Titicaca, and people have been inhabiting this island for about 4,000 years. 4,000 years, so long. And they're still rotating the crops here in a really magical way. The Amara people, I think I'm saying that right, try to rotate the crops every 7 years between beans and potatoes and corn and all sorts of different vegetables. And they fish a trout that tastes a lot like salmon. And they are really fighting to have control of this island and not have it be developed by large corporations. The same story all over the world for indigenous people. So come here and support the people. I can even put a link to the homestay that I stayed at. So if you want to stay here, you can do that. Hope I planned this with enough time for us to get a drawing done. Now, as I always say, if you run out of time, just loop the video, mute me, give me some plays, and put on some music and keep drawing. It's amazing to think that the Inca carved all these stones without any iron tools. Apparently, they would chip away with other stones, and then when that didn't work, they would lodge a stick between the stones and soak the stick with water, and then overnight it would expand and freeze. Yeah, you can walk by.
Can I?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks.
A fellow visitor. I wonder whether this table is as old as everything else here. It looks less old for some reason. Maybe that's just because people are using it. Tomorrow we're going to try to leave the island and head to Cusco, but currently a lot of stuff is blockaded in Bolivia because they're protesting oil shortages, which are really the fault of the US, I guess, because the US has done so many shenanigans in Iran and Venezuela. So now there's oil shortages in Bolivia, and the oil they have is being cut by things that should not be in the oil, and it's breaking the vehicles. So people are protesting because they want regulation of the gas. They want it to be clean. Not, at least clean enough to be in vehicles. But the government isn't listening to them. So there are blockades, and they're blocking all the roads. And I've been stuck on this island, which I gotta say, there are far worse places to be stuck. Before I was stuck in La Paz, and now I'm stuck here. Sometimes when I'm at these ruins, I think about, I saw someone having lunch here, that someday, somewhere so special, it could just end up being a place that people have lunch. You know? It could be like the Parthenon, right? Somewhere that was so special, and now it's just like somewhere someone stops for an afternoon to walk around for a bit. It's funny to me. So maybe that can give you some comfort if you're stressing about things. And life is short. Enjoy it. Draw. Be with the people that you love. Because the rest of it doesn't matter very much. Think about how many important people lived right here. No one remembers them. Not even a plaque. If you get a chance to come here, I highly recommend it. Maybe one of the most magical places I've ever been. I've been here for about 3 nights, and I could easily stay a week, no problem. Even a month. Love it. Love the people. Love the attitude. If you're ever feeling discouraged about drawing that you're doing, any drawing, just remember, the paper you're drawing on is probably not even going to exist in 100 years. It's going to melt. We've so few papers from ancient times. Your paper, it's not going to exist. Don't worry about it. Most paintings, they get thrown away, even by famous painters. So just don't worry. Just make a piece of art. If you want a nice piece of art in your house, you can make one. Even if you feel like you can't afford the one that you want, you can probably make a great piece of art. It's not that expensive. Just get some paper and go crazy. No one can tell you what's art and what's not art. Get out there and do it. I wanted to show you this other view, but the sun is shining in such a direction that to film, you would have been looking right into the sun, so it wasn't an option. But I will show you right here. This is what my view is. Magic video editing. I think that's it. That's what I'm drawing. Thank you for joining me here today. And I hope that you've had a lovely day and that you can send along anything you drew and keep drawing. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Keep doing it. Have a relaxing, chill day. Love y'all. Bye.